We were enslaved in New York City too. Giving all praise to Yahweh, Bashem, Shai, Bashem, Rakakodah, Shalom to the 144,000 rest of you left out there. Shalom to you all. For the ones of you that say, oh, slavery only took place down south, it's complete BS. This was New York City. New York slave revolt of 1712. They don't talk about that. Oh, there was no slavery in the North. That's why you had what's her name? Harriet Tubman. Harriet Tubman was the insider anyway, and she was just a ideologue. She wasn't doing all this heroic shit. She was set up by the what do you call them people? I can't think of the name. There's a name for them that was against Edomites, that was against South slavery, Southern slavery in the South. And we were never free because there was no free slaves were never freed in America. They were only transferred. Emancipate, the word man, it's come from the word hand, to hand over. It means hand over. Emancipate. And so the southern slaves were hand over to the North out of DC. That's what the Constitution was all about, the 13th, 14th Amendment. And they didn't free you. They made everybody slaves, including Edomites. But the trick is, tell them that they're free. You want to keep somebody in slavery, believing that they're free, keep them in slavery, tell them that they're free. No, you're free. The New York slave revolt of 1712 was an uprising in New York City. New York City. And you know where I put the cursor on that so you can see it's New York City. New Yorker, New York. New Yorker, New York. So there was slaves. They never speak about that. Oh, that wasn't, like I said, that was down south. Them southern crackers had you in slavery. Us northern folks were good. We helped you. No, you didn't, motherfuckers. New York Slave Revolt 1712 was an uprising in New York City in the province of New York of 23 black slaves, small number. They have fucked this shit. They killed 9 whites and injured another 6 before they were stopped. More than 70 black people. What's a black person? Were arrested and jailed. Of these, 27 were put on trial and 21 convicted and executed. Now they were executed for wanting to be free. Why did you kill this good white man? Because I wanted to be free. It says right here, New York Slave Revolt 1712, part of slave revolts in North America. Date, April 6, 1712. Yeah, they wait until the springtime comes. Jake ain't going to revolt in the dead of winter. Too cold. Location, New York City, province of New York, which is province of New York State. Now look at that. Look at this. Wait a minute. That's the that's a Confederate flag right there. The province of New York. Well, that was under the British rule. What is this? Property, colonial, and later a royal colony on the northeast coast of North America from 1664 to 1783. Now, so those were the English people that had you in slavery, not the good American white folk. That's bullshit. Because your first president had a whole bunch of slaves, and he was popping the slave woman, caused by slavery, the erosion of the rights of free blacks. So they started as these jakes were free, and they just said, let's put these niggas in slavery. Goals: emancipation, liberation. Actually, liberation or freedom. Emancipation means to hand over. When a kid is no longer want to be come up under the roof of their parents, they're emancipated. So what does that mean? They're handed over to the government. The government becomes their parents. Methods: arson, ambush. Resulted in suppression because they suppressed it. There was only 23 jakes that said, "They mean we're gonna fuck." They probably talked to others. They said, "Nah, we ain't doing that. I ain't trying to get killed." And they knew they were gonna get killed. It says what 21 convicted and executed. I guess it was these. So the other two were probably killed in the melee. Resulted in suppression. Parties: rebel slaves. Not just slaves, but rebel slaves. See, that's why you had in slavery, you had the house Negro and the field Negro. And the house Negro, you didn't get any trouble from the house Negro because they were living pretty damn good. They were in the house. The field Negro, those are the ones that you had to look at to see if this motherfucker gonna revolt. Colonial government of New York. Colonial government of New York. This is when England. Let me do this. Let me put the cursor on this. The government of 13 colony of British American developed in the 17th and 18th centuries. Yeah, because the 13 original colonies, which is right here, they revolted against Great Britain. So during this time of slavery, it was a colony. So it was the Edomites over here. Number 23, unknown many. Casualties and losses: 21 executed, 9 killed, 6 wounded of Edomites. Yeah, you got a North American Slave Revolt, 1802. New York City again, 13 colonies, slavery in the city. Different from some of the other colonies because there were no plantations produce cash crops. Slaves worked as domestic servants, artisans, that you make things, dock workers. In other words, you were working and not getting paid for it. And working at a regular job. You had a 6 to 6 job, because you work from Kansas in the morning to Kansas at night, and various skilled laborers. Enslaved Americans, which was Jake, Israelites, fulfillment of prophecy, lived near each other, making communication easy. They also often worked among free black people, a situation that did not exist on most southern plantations. Slaves in the city could communicate and plan a conspiracy more easily than among those on plantations. Southern slave. After the seizure of New Netherlands, New Netherlands was a 17th century colonial province of the Dutch Republic located on the east coast of what is now the United States of America. So before it was called New York and this, that, and the third, it was called New Netherlands. Like you got New York. Old York is over there in England. Old Netherlands is over there in Europe. So anytime you see New Jersey, well, where's the old Jersey? In England. New York. Where's the old York? So you see a lot of New Brunswick, New Hampshire. The old Hampshire is in Europe. In 1667, and its incorporation into the province of New York, meaning state of New York, city of New York. The rights of the free Negro social group were gradually eroded. The right of the free Negro, so they started as free. In 1702, the first of the New York slave codes were passed. So they say, you know what, let's put these niggas in slavery, which further limited the rights enjoyed by the American community in New York. Many of these legal rights, such as the right to own land and marry, were granted during the Dutch colonial period. Goes into New York City Common Council established the city's first slave market. But they don't want to go into captivity. Why are we going into captivity? Tucker Carlson, but why am I going into slavery? Because you enslaved us, man. That was the only thing Tucker Carlson was concerned about. Well, why am I? Of all the things I said, that was a two-part. The first part was 15 minutes. The second part had to be maybe another 50. Let's say it was anywhere from 15. The interview with Tucker Carlson was anywhere from 15 to maybe even 30 minutes, because he stuck around. When he heard the slavery part, why am I going into slavery? He wasn't concerned. He didn't say, well, I feel bad for what y'all went through as people, and you should get reparated. No, why am I going into slavery? Near Wall Street, right? Because you had a slave. That's a fact of life. That's a known fact. You had slave auctions down there in Wall Street for the sale. Let me see. For the sale and rental, they were renting niggas out of enslaved Africans and Native Americans, because they wanted to curse too. Because they looked at Native Americans as niggas anyway. Y'all just niggas. You just niggas with feathers in your hair. Straighter hair. So this is for you clowns out there. Oh, there was no such thing as slavery in New York. Yeah, but these were the British colonies. But them same people that revolted were the same people that stayed here. So what's the goddamn difference? They all Edomites. Anyway, with that, I'm going to say shalom. I'll quote a couple of precepts. Revelation 2:9, Revelation 2:9 and 3:9 is good. Revelation 2:25-26. Another one is Isaiah 14:1 and 2. Another one is Revelation 13:9 and 10. Another one is Exodus 21:16. Another one is Jeremiah 30 verse 16. Another one is Isaiah 60, the whole chapter. Isaiah 61, round about the 4th, 5th verse. So there you go. So this is the answer to your question, Tucker Carlson. Why am I going into slavery? Because you put us into slavery. You know why. Anyway, with that, I'm going to say shalom.